guys, how's everyone doing? Welcome back to my channel, guys. I saw a whole lot of new subscribers that subscribe to my channel. I am super duper excited. I really want to say a huge thank you, guys. Thank you everyone. Thank you everyone for subscribing to my channel. If you're just someone that is joining us for the very first time, come to the gang, come to the gang, come to the family, come to the all right, guys, so today I want to discuss something that I know that is going to be very, very beneficial for each and every one of you. So for that reason, I want to talk about it, and I want you all to look into it. You know that of recent, governments of different states in the Schengen zone are trying to integrate international people. Due to what happened due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we know how that affected a lot of countries, a lot of people. So for that reason, now these governments, they are just like creating different kind of visa opportunities, this different kind of outlets to enable international people from all over the world to come to help them boost their economy. So one of the countries we'll be looking about today is the Jobseeker visa for Sweden. What is happening in Sweden? When you hear about the job seeker visa, what are they talking about? Just like the name implies. So this is my phone. I'm going to be using the phone to go through a WIEC holder. I don't think this is for you. For HND or ND, I don't really think there's a place for you. So the Swedish government job seeker visa enables you to leave your country, come to Sweden, to look for a job. Guys, it's just what it is. You are seeking for a visa. You are getting a visa in your country from the Swedish embassy, and you are coming to the states, Swedish states, European states, so states your hair shouldn't be ringing like United States, to get seeking for a job. So guys, I'm going to be reading from my phone, because of course we are going to go through the entire, how do I say, the website together. Though of course I'm going to still guide you guys through the website, but I just want to let's just glance through to see what this is all about. Now, first and foremost, for this job seeker visa for Sweden, you don't need any Swedish language. Age, if you like, be 100 years. There is no age limit. No Ielts, English proficiency test, TOEFL, Duolingo, name it. You don't need it. Freshers are eligible. No job offer. So, which is to say that you don't need any company to give you a job before you can apply for the Swedish job seekers visa. You can just do the application, get it from anywhere you're coming from, any part of the world, go to Sweden to go and search for a job. So now let's go further to see what this is all about. Okay, so now Sweden is currently facing unemployment issues. Okay, so with the job seeker visa, it helps people to go there to search for a job. Now, what is the duration of this Swedish job seeker visa? The Swedish job seeker visa can be granted for the period of 3 months and 9 months. Let's just say the period of 3 months to 9 months for this visa. Now, I know that most of you are going to be asking me so many questions, which is why I'm just going through the website for we to go through it together. Can a family move with me while in Sweden under Swedish job seeker visa? Now you've already gotten the visa from your country to go look for a job in Sweden, and now you want to drag your family. Maybe you have kids, you're married, you want to go with your family. You're asking me this question. I know it's going to come in the comment section, but let me answer it before you do. During the period that you are in Sweden under the Swedish job seeker work permit, your family cannot move to Sweden to live with you. I've already answered that. We're not going to waste our time on this video, because this is you just have to go check it if it is something you can do or something you're eligible for. Eligibility requirement for Sweden job seeker visa resident permit. Okay, what are the eligibility requirements? What do I need for this permit in order for me to apply? Blah blah blah. In order to obtain job seeker work permit, rather, to search for a job in Sweden or look for business. Okay, that's the thing. Let me take it. So it's either you're going to Swedish to open a business or you're going to look for a job, okay? So there are requirements you need to meet, one step at a time. First and foremost, number one thing, you have to plan to seek for employment, to explore the opportunities for starting your own business. So it's either you're going there to be an entrepreneur or you're going there to seek for a job. Secondly, you have to be able to support yourself during the period of the time you are applying for this permit, and you have money to cover the cost and everything that is required. Because these are the mistakes that we make when we shoot videos and we're trying to explain to you. Most of you just get excited with the title or with the thumbnail. You don't get to look at the requirements. Please take your time to just look at the requirements. This video is going to be sharp, simple, and straight to the point. The third thing, you must have a comprehensive health insurance valid for care in Sweden. My people, you are going to look for a job in this country. You don't have the job yet. Because if you do have the job, you're going to sign an agreement. The company you're working for is going to provide you like benefits in terms of healthcare insurance, in terms of other insurance, name it thereabout. But now you are solely on your own, which is to say that you need to have like a strong financial background to cover up your expenses. You need to also have your own medical insurance that will be able to take care of you should in case you fall sick. You know, you're just leaving Africa to another, the weather could get cold, something could happen. So, you know. Number 4, have a passport valid until the entire period you intend to be in Sweden. When you're going to apply for this Swedish job visa, job seeker visa, they are going to check out these things. If your passport is left with like, let's say 3 months or 5 months to expire and you can't apply, you know, automatic denial. Like, I don't think you should do that. Don't do that. So make sure that your passport is valid for this period of, let's just say 9 months, 3 and 9 months. Let's just say 3 to 9 months. Did I say 3 to, yeah, let's just say 9 months. Okay, your passport should be valid. And apart from that, okay, if your passport is about to expire, you should extend it because you cannot get a permit for longer than the passport is valid. So if, for example, you cannot get, you understand, so your passport needs to be done if it's expiring, because it's even going to affect the visa application itself. So check your passport, check the validity of the passport, and know what to do next. 15, currently be located outside of Sweden. These are like the requirement, the eligibility criteria we're checking it. So if you're someone watching this video or you have someone in Sweden and you want to send it to them, it's a waste of time. They don't need it. This job seeker visa is for people outside Sweden. And also you have completed study corresponding to an advanced level. I know that most of you that have WAEC will come for me. Can I apply for this thing? I saw your video. Please, it's not for WAEC, it's not for NACO holders. Now I'm saying it, it's advanced level, advanced according to them. Masters. So please, just for masters. Okay. Now, somebody might be asking, what counts as an advanced level degree? For example, a master that is up to 60 credits, or let's just say 60 to 120, of course, 240 ECT, which is the entire credit. For those of you that doesn't know what I understand, like a bachelor's, a master's rather, of 240 you've already done, or 160, or a PhD degree holder. These are the people they are referring to when they say advanced. And what again am I trying to do? So when you get all these documents in your application, you must enclose a letter that gives the Swedish Council for Higher Education, which is known as the UHR, the right to contact the higher education institute in your home country for your educational documents. Which is to say, my people, you cannot forge a document. You cannot dabble. If you're not advanced, you don't have it, look for another option. Don't go and dabble and waste money, because they are going to confirm. Because you're going to give them a consent, enclose a letter indicating that I am fair, blah, blah, blah. this letter is giving you a consent for you to be able to contact. It's like verification. So if they try to verify and you don't have anything, all right, the Swedish Ministry Agency then sends the document to the UHR so that they can be able to assess the level of your education. Exactly what I was talking about. Now, after which they are going to be able to check all these processes are happening before the visa comes out, because they really need to be sure who they are aligning to their territory. Now, that one, I've explained the eligibility criteria. Those are the criteria in case for those of you who did not understand. For you to be able to apply for this Swedish job seeker visa, the resident permit, what are the eligibility? What are the things that qualify you? First and foremost, you have to talk about you want to seek employment, you want to do business in the country, be able to take care of yourself, have a valid medical insurance, have a valid passport for the period of time, currently located outside of Sweden, you have already completed a corresponding advanced level of education, and also you're going to give them a consent to be able to check the result if it is real or forged. Now, that is settled. Moving, documents to apply for the Swedish job visa resident. What kind of documentations do I need? Now, this is like, for example, if you're already in and everything is done, you want to apply, or sorry, in this period, the first one we talked about the eligibility, the second section is the documentation. What kind of documentations do I need? Digital copy of the page of your passport that shows your personal data, photo or signature. We'll just call it just a data page. The data page of your passport. Everything is there. The stamp on the data page of passport, a lot of things are happening there. You're even going to see the expiration, the day the visa was issued, blah blah blah, everything is there. And also digital copies of examination certificates, digital copy of official transcript. For those of you that are coming from Nigeria, I think this is what you should look into, because you know that they don't give Nigerians like official transcript handy, right? They usually send it. So if you're doing this, it's better you start now, because you will need it to be sent. Digital copies of bank statement, your bank statement. This is like very important. This bank statement should be showing sufficient funds to support you during the period of time you're trying to apply for this resident permit, you're trying to do everything you're doing from your country. You should have like a authentic valid bank statement. Okay, I've already talked about the head and everything. Signed copy of the letter of consent, you have to sign it, be able to application by credit card or debit card, because you are going to do. Then showing of money, you need to show money. Okay, the money you need to show is like a financial support. You're applying for a resident. Okay, this means that you must demonstrate that you have asset equivalent to at least SEK, I think, which is like the Swedish currency, about 13,000 for each month for which you're applying for the resident. For example, if the resident is going to be like 6 months, for 1 month 13,000 SEK, like that. So this is like equivalent to what you need to check. And then most of you are going to ask me in the comment section. We can just add that together to know what to do. We already talked about you having health insurance, which is part of the eligibility. You're going to have that as well. So what again? Valid passport, we've talked about that. What again is remaining? Then if those documents are not in English, for those of you that are not from English speaking countries, you need to translate it to English, because they need to understand what is there. Okay, make sure you're using authorized translator. Don't go and use Google. Translating with Google could be very dramatic. Sometimes Google tells you go where it's meant to become. So use an official translator to do that for you. Now, before you complete your Sweden job seeker visa resident permit application online, make sure that the information on the document you attach is clearly visible. This is another thing. And also make sure that your name appears on all the documents to avoid any kind of mistakes. And also, if it's not in, for example, maybe it's in French or in another language, it should be translated to Swedish or English. Okay, and make sure that it's translated by an authorized translator and attach those documents. Okay, and apart from there, the proof of funds should be attached as well. Now, the e-service for resident permit to look for a job or start a business in Sweden, you can be able to do this. Okay, you can be if you cannot apply for the Swedish job via the e-service, they have an e-service. You're going to see everything. It's going to be on the description box, so don't stress yourself. Everything I'm going through, I just want to rough it because you guys are just going to see it when I upload the video. You can be able to follow through. If you're not able to do that in person, okay, if you're not able to attach all those things, maybe you're having difficulties, you can email them, okay, or you can reach out to the Swedish embassy to let them know that you are trying to apply for a job and you are not able to do it. Okay, so once the embassy receive your application, after you've sent everything, the embassy have received the application, and the permits, it depends, can be granted between the period of 3 to 9 months, like I said before. After the decision, if you get the permit for more than 3 months, you will receive a resident permit card. So it's between 3 and 9 months. It depends on the package, it depends on the documents. So after you send all these things we've talked about, you check the eligibility of the things you need, you gathered your documents, you went to the e-service, you applied, or you're not able to go through the application via the e-service, you went to the embassy, you applied. The embassy makes their decision. Maybe they give you 3 months or they give you 9 months. It depends on what they give to you. Then they are going to provide you with a resident permit card. The card is a proof that you have a permission to be in Sweden, and it contains your fingerprints and a photo of you, among other informations that you have in that card. So if you need an entry visa to travel to Sweden, you should visit the Swedish embassy, I've said it before, or consulate general in your country of residence to photograph and provide you with your fingerprint as soon as possible. Okay, so this is it. You understand? So now, after you get to Sweden, guys, if you get a job in Sweden or start a business, you are not allowed to start working before you have applied for new permits. Nah. Listen, come to me. You came into the country with the Swedish job seeking visa, which is to say that visa that you came with, or that permit that you came with rather, was to enable you seek for a job or to start a business. Now you have started a business, or now you found a job. There needs to be some changes. You cannot be using the same job seeker. You're no longer a seeker. You're now a worker. Things have to change. So once you have applied for the work permit, you'll be able to work while the Swedish Migration Agency processes your new application. So now once you get in, you apply for a new working permit. They are processing that new one that will relieve you from being a seeker while you're still using the seeker to work. Good. You are only allowed to work for the employer in the profession for which you have applied for permit. Okay? So if you decide to start a business in Sweden, you can apply for the residence permit as self-employed person in Sweden and run your business while the Swedish immigration process your application. So it's the same thing. If you find a job, you are still working while they are processing the new permit, but you have to notify them, I have found a job, what I need to do, what next. Do not go to Sweden after you find a job and you're still using the previous job seeker document to work. It might get you into trouble. So guys, I think that will be the end of this video. For now, your time, go through it. In case anything is confusing, don't hesitate to reach out to me. And again, guys, I really want to say something. God bless you guys. Thanks for watching.